biography, investing style, sector weighting, return history, and top 5 holdings. It is important to recognize the returns comparable to the market return. The following 8 profiles are highlighted for specific return statistics, and 2 new profiles are added to show current value investors in the market today. On the left is a chart of returns for the Super Investor Index, also known as the SI Index, versus the S&P 500 and showing the excess return. Notice that there are cases of negative returns in the SI Index, but note the frequency and extent of those losses compared to market. On the right is a list of past and current super investors. The following 8 profiles are the 8 super investors chosen to calculate a more extensive analysis. Each individual and his respective fund have different holdings and sector weightings. One thing in common is their investing style. I will go ahead and focus on these common traits. If you would like to look more closely at each profile, feel free to pause the slideshow at any time. Warren Buffett, who manages a fund at Berkshire Hathaway, has this philosophy: that successful investors must learn all they can about the business they are buying and stick to industries they know. But the right temperament is also important. You just have to avoid getting excited when other people are excited. Ian Cumming, who manages a fund at Leucadia National Corporation, buys distressed companies at discount prices, revives them, and sells them for profits. Buys assets that are out of favor and therefore cheap or disheveled. Their strategy is that they don't overpay. They buy companies that make products or provide services that people need or want. Sheltered earnings are more valuable than taxed earnings, and once again, don't overpay. Mason Hawkins, who manages a fund at Southeastern Asset Management, has this philosophy. When evaluating potential investments, he looks for 3 things: good business, good people, and a good price. Typically, Hawkins invests in companies trading at 60% or less of intrinsic value, appraised by looking at the current value of the company's assets and liabilities and also by looking at the present value of future cash flows. Mario Gabelli, who manages a fund at Gamco Investors, employs a research-driven and value-oriented approach to investment analysis. He developed a metric of his own known as private market value, PMV. This valuation metric places greater emphasis on analyzing a company's cash flows and gives less importance to accounting profits. Dave Tepper, who manages a fund at Appaloosa Management, takes an interesting spin on value investing. He buys